Hello, you all. I'm Diana Brienne, and we are going to have a storm here pretty soon. I hope it's not a bad storm. I don't want a bad storm, but they say it's going to be kind of a big storm, so we'll see. We'll see. You know what I got to thinking about today? I got to thinking about old radio shows. You know, when we had our motorhomes, we had two different motorhomes, and we drove all across country with our kids, and what a wonderful, magical time it was. All the national parks, and from one coast to the other, from the north to the south. We went all the way to Key West, down to the very bottom, in our motorhome and parked it on the beach. It was amazing. And so I got to thinking about old radio shows because we had recorded old-fashioned, real genuine radio shows from like the 1930s and 40s, and we had uploaded them on an iPod, and we would listen to them as we traveled along. I mean, it was like, you know, I can't remember the shows at Batman. Well, no, it was before Batman. I think it was Superman and a few of the others, and the Westerns and all that. And I just love listening to radio shows. You know, if radio shows were on, I would listen to those over TV. I'm not a big TV watcher. I don't really watch TV at all, but I would listen to radio. It lets you use your imagination. I think TV has dwarfed people's imagination. People are not creative. They don't read books. They're not creative anymore like they used to be. I think sometimes when we have less can be more, and it can be so much better, you know. And so I love those memories of when my kids were little and we were driving across country in the motorhome, listening to old radio shows, and my husband driving at the wheel. Normally, if I drove the motorhome, because it's big, it's like a bus, I had everything quiet, everyone sat very still, no music, no nothing, because I focused. And that was a story in itself, because we were going down Hoover Dam, and we were pulling a car on top of a 40-foot bus, essentially a motorhome. It was a nice motorhome. And I didn't know that there was going to be construction. Otherwise, I would have let my husband drive the motorhome. So as we are going, it was one lane all the way down the hill. I don't even know if there was a guardrail. And I mean, I was pulling a car, and I couldn't get out now. I couldn't exchange drivers. And so for about 10 or 20 miles, it was a long time, I drove 5 miles an hour down this winding, steep road with construction work, and I was terrified. And everyone was silent in the motorhome, and cars were backed up behind us. Something awful. And when we got to the bottom of the hill, everybody gave me the finger. Yep, they did. But I got us there safely. And then a little bit later, I hit a curb, and all the dishes fell out. So those are some of my many funny stories with our motorhome. But the old radio shows, I just love them. So anyhow, hope you're having a great day. Love you all much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.